We'd just like to talk, about this wonderful initiative you have and helping families in need during this, unbelievable circumstances, with COVID-19. How did you come up with the concept?
Susie and I at the Grateful Bread, that's a social celebration that we're used to putting on once a month for about 250 of the have-not Bermuda residents. And we're sad that we've not been able to do that in April and May because of the health crisis. So in the middle of the night, talking to my husband, I said, how can we personally give in a personal way, because we can't do the Grateful Bread this month? We need families that are in the top income brackets on the island that are not suffering from this crisis because they're working remotely, probably more productively than ever, to give to the families that are suffering through no fault of their own, who can't even afford to put a meal on their table for their children. And so how do we find those families? We reached out to the Coalition for Protection of Children and said, can you find us 10 families and give us their personal circumstances on an anonymous basis, so our hearts can be tugged for these families and we can reach out to the public and see if people are willing to give to them. And we want deserving families.
The families that we chose, these are families that we are connected to. These are families, parents who we know their stories. We've been working with them over a period of time. We have goals that have been established that they are working to achieve to create a better life for themselves or their children. So when COVID hit Bermuda and businesses were shut down, a lot of these families, they lost their jobs. They are not receiving a paycheck. A few of the situations, they wasn't working long enough to get government employment, or a number of circumstances where they couldn't get additional support. So we really knew these families, we knew their circumstances, and we really felt that these are the ones that can definitely benefit from this initiative.
And the main criteria for us was they were working at the time it hit, or trying to find work, or wanting to work. And the bios we got back were amazing and made us all tearful. And that's why we think we've raised $60,000 for these 20 families in 1 week since we launched last Thursday. This is a 3-month project to help 20 of those families. And when we get response for specific needs, with Rachel's undertaking that 100% of the funds go directly to those specific needs. So you choose the family that tugs at your heart. You choose the need that you want to support, a minimum of $50. It's all that's needed for Bermuda to help Bermuda.
Families are overwhelmed with gratitude. They are thanking us and thanking the community for all the support that they are receiving. And just a little story, a mom that I spoke to yesterday was in tears, couldn't even finish a sentence, when I was letting her know what we can bring. So we really are so appreciative of the community and how the community have wrapped their arms around our families, because there are so many families and children who need help.